Guys, today we've got fake sneakers becoming a thing of the past, more Travis Scott Jordan 1s, and stripes just jumped over checks. Welcome to Sneaky Sunday, guys. How has your weekend been? Hopefully you managed to grab some low-key stuff because there hasn't been anything too crazy in terms of big releases. The only one was the Nike Kobe 5 X-Rays. This is a phenomenal holiday sneaker release. Like, just the freaking design on these I think is so cool. The fact that they glow in the dark I think was pretty solid. Either way, these dropped on the 17th. Let me know if you picked up a pair. But that's pretty much it for a release recap. So let's just jump straight into the upcoming stuff. And the first one I want to talk about is a nice little update to a pair of shoes that I've been looking forward to. They're dropping sooner than we thought, and that is the Nike Zoom Vomero Roam. So I think they're taking 5 out of the name. They're just literally calling this the Vomero Roam. So we've got a release date now. They are loaded up to the regular Nike app. These are going to be dropping on the 22nd of October. A couple different colorways. We've got a white and a blue in the men's sizing, and then I believe in the women's sizing we've also got a triple black colorway and then a bunch of other ones. But I imagine there's like a full size run of all of these. Like, I don't think it's just going to be a women's size run. I think they're just characterizing it as that. I really like this black pair, but I do know that we're going to be getting a white and a black pair, like two-tone, which I think is also pretty sick. So yeah, just look forward to them next couple days. Another release right around the corner. This is actually happening on Monday. So we've got a KITH Asics collaboration. This is a winter collection. So these are the two models. I believe they're two different ones. So we've got the Gel Kayano 12.1 and the Gel Nimbus 10.1. Two solid colorways. I think I prefer this one, but yeah, these are going to be dropping on the 21st of October. The 25th of October, we're getting another Nike Zoom Vomero 5. This time it's just the regular one, but a very, very nice colorway, the dark gray. So I believe this is like an OG colorway that dropped back in 2019. OG, I mean, like, you know, it's a colorway that has existed. It's not a brand new one that they just imagined, but super clean. I mean, it goes along with a lot of the other very already available super clean colorways on the Vomero 5, but just wanted to let anybody know in case you were trying to pick up a new colorway. Right, we also got a little update for the upcoming A Ma Maniere Air Max 95 While You Were Sleeping, another part to their whole collection of 6 different sneaker models. We had the 3s, we had the 4s, and I think the next big hyped one is the 95s. Although, look, I will say these things look, every time I see them, there's just something about them that I'm like, really? Is this it? Like, I remember the pictures looking way better. I don't necessarily know, maybe it's the shape or something, but just like on foot, they look a little bit different. So here's some shots. There's something just like about the toe. Like, does it kind of curve up or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up, but it does kind of look like there is 2 colorways. Like, there's this one, or I mean, they've all got different laces, but like this one specifically has a different color on the top. It almost looks like it's inverse. So not entirely sure what's going there. Maybe one of them is going to be an exclusive. Either way, this is the one that's going to be dropping on October the 25th, along with this varsity jacket, which, by the way, is made of 100% wool, so you know this is going to cost an arm and a leg. Either way, let me know what you think about the A Ma Maniere Air Max 95. Do you like it, or is it a pass? Speaking of 95s, though, we just got our first looks at an upcoming Central C Nike Air Max 95. I mean, these things almost, to me, look like some kind of JD exclusive. I know some people are going to be upset that I said that, but hey, look, I just call it how it is. This is what I'm looking at, and I could imagine these things being a JD exclusive, like one of those random colorways. Now, look, it is kind of hard to tell, like, what these things look like. So I think pretty much it just is like a black Air Max 95, but it has like some gold accents, and I think there's also tech fleece that's going to be dropping in the very similar colors, black and gold. It's going to have Central C branding on it. So these are going to be dropping October the 24th, and that is through the Cinna store, so cinna.store, and then of course it's going to have a Nike sneakers app release as well. So I imagine these load up very soon, unless October 24th is just for the Cinna store and then we get a sneakers app release later down the line. We're going to have to wait and see. Either way, let me know what you think about these. On October 26th, we are going to be getting that very random Adidas collaboration, which is basically Adidas Bad Bunny and then Lionel Messi. So this is on the Gazelle Indoor, which is basically, this is like the, I mean, it's hard to tell, but this looks like the Bad Bunny version. There are just some changes to it. So it still has like the toe box thing going on, except this one, instead of like suede and stuff like that, it's covered in brown leather, including the sock liner. You've also got Lionel Messi's signature along with Bad Bunny's over here, and then some more logo action going on the tongue. I spoke about these last week. I kind of said that I thought it was a bit of a random collaboration, not my favorite looking one as well, but hey, I know that Adidas is going to try and make a big push for these things, and for anybody who's a fan of Bad Bunny, Lionel Messi, maybe you're going to be after these again October 26th. As we know, the Wu-Tang Nike Dunk High collaboration is going to be happening very soon. The release date is set for November the 9th. That's the big proper global release, not just the tiny little, you know, shock drop that they did a couple weeks back. But leading up to that, we just saw a special edition boxed pair that's gonna be, I don't know, some kind of exclusive release. So this one looks extremely cool. Like, it's playing into like the whole bees thing where you've got like this honeycomb shaped box. Now this special box, I believe, might even be a one of one and some kind of like giveaway to some fans of Wu-Tang, but you basically got an RZA signature on here. But it's the same regular shoe, it's just inside you're also getting like a candle, a bee candle, and then you've also got like a little t-shirt in here as well. So cool packaging, nice, I like this. From what I can tell, the regular pair is a bit underwhelming in terms of packaging. It's just like a regular Nike box, but I think, you know, most people are just happy that the shoes are coming back, so it doesn't really matter. We just got a full look of the upcoming Doernbecher collaboration with Nike. We got a bunch of different silhouettes and of course Jordan. So here they all are. So this is the pair of 6s in all of their packaging. You're also getting a tech fleece along with this one. Here's a little look at them over here. The box I think is pretty sick. This colorway is a lot of details. I mean, that's always something with these the Doernbecher collections. They're very, very interesting and very detailed. Then we're also going to be getting this pair over here, a Sabrina 2. Look at that sock liner. It's looking pretty crazy. Then we got a pair of Pegasus 41s. Wow, very well done. I mean, even though I wouldn't wear these or any of these, I think these are looking very interesting and creative. The Air Max DN, probably the best looking in my opinion, just from like a wearability standpoint. Like, this is pretty sick that they've got like the music notes in with like the design of the Air Max DN. That's pretty cool. It looks like the outsole is gonna glow in the dark. Then we got an Air Max Sunder, which is looking pretty different from like the regular Sunder. This one's in a different, you know, mix of materials. Love the wavy pattern on the outside. And then finally an Air Max 180. This is also a pretty solid one. It's also going to be a very, very exclusive pair of Jordan 20s for the Doernbecher collaboration. This one's only going to be auctioned through Sotheby's. It's going to honor their 20th anniversary of the Doernbecher collaboration. And there is only 20 of these that were made. So the auctions officially begin on October 21st and they finish on October 30th. They're estimated to go up to about $2,000. Jordan 20s are, there's something else. The entire Doernbecher collaboration is going to be dropping very, very soon. No specific release date, just at some point in the next couple weeks. This is really interesting. So Jordan Brand recently posted an image on Instagram of this very interesting scrumpled up piece of paper. Obviously, people kind of started zooming in. They're like, what is this? What the hell is on this? So it says here National Basketball Association, and you can see something 25 1985. And people basically were zooming into all of the text and they realized that this was Jordan Brand recognizing the 40th anniversary of the Jordan 1 band. Or basically the letter that Nike received from the NBA basically saying that Michael Jordan cannot wear that pair of shoes, which obviously we know the whole story behind it. It was actually a pair of airships, not the Jordan 1. But then Jordan Brand used the Jordan 1. We know the story. So this is the original letter over here, February 25th, 1985. He says that he cannot wear the red and black Nike basketball shoes on or around October 18, 1984. So it would make it 40th anniversary of this pair of shoes. And what a lot of people are speculating, which is pretty obvious, they're teasing the upcoming Jordan 185 Bred colorway that we're going to be getting next year. So remember this one that we spoke about, we kept on speaking about, the one that retails for $250. Yeah, that's what this is probably leading up to. So February 14th, as of right now, is when these are supposed to be releasing. But at least, I mean, hey, if they're teasing this shit now, it's probably going to be a massive release and they're probably going to try and make this a very, very big storyline. I think we can safely assume that this is Jordan Brand confirming the Jordan 1 High 85 Bred colorway that's going to be releasing in 2025. Right, so you know we're going to be getting the Nike Foamposite 1, the Green Goblin colorway on October 30th. Well, we're also going to have another option, the Clogposite. So this is the same Green Goblin colorway and it's going to be dropping on November the 1st. I just thought, hey, if people don't really want to spend $250 on the other one, these are only $140. It's a nice little alternative. Either way, I mean, we've spoke about these things, so just giving you an update on the release date. New Balance just dropped their new model, or their model that they're bringing back, the New Balance 740, and now we know a bunch of new colorways that are going to be dropping this year and next year, so let's run through them. So currently, as of right now, there's only one colorway that exists, but we're going to be getting all of these different colorways on this model. But I think it's a great alternative to the Asics 1130 as an affordable model. These things only retail for $100. Solid option, and we're getting some pretty dope colorways. There's also going to be some new collaborations on this sneaker model as well in the pipeline. We know that Amine is doing one. nevertheless, just expect some of these colorways to drop very, very soon. What do you think about the New Balance 740? Have you tried it out yet, or are you just kind of like, you've got your fill of retro sneakers? We just got our first looks at the upcoming Nike Kobe 5 Year of the Mamba. This is a pretty dope pair with that Mamba snake wrapping around the entire shoe. So this is going to be like a special edition release of obviously the Lunar New Year. This is going to be dropping spring 2025. This is the first image. I'm sure we're going to get plenty more, but yeah, we've got plenty of time to see more in-hand shots and stuff like that, so I'll update you guys later on. All right, this one makes absolutely no sense. Listen to this. The Nike Dunk Low Panda is getting updated spring 2025. So they're bringing Pandas back, but they're the same freaking shoe. So I have no idea what's going on here. This story was going around and I was like, what even are we talking about here? So basically what they're doing is they're going to be having, they're dropping a new version, which I don't know if there is any changes to it. It's just a new version, meaning a different SKU number. This to me just sounds like some kind of relaunch of the Panda Dunks. Like Panda Dunks are coming back next year. I didn't know that they left. I thought that these things were like always fully available. I thought you could go and get a pair of Pandas for retail if you wanted them. Maybe I'm wrong and I just haven't been looking into it. Maybe they're making the material better or worse. I would not put that past them. It's gonna drop for $115. If you somehow need a pair of Pandas, they're dropping spring next year. Adidas is doing a little collaboration with Moon Boot, and they're calling this one the Moon Boost. So we're getting two different versions. This one's pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys know the Moon Boot. I mean, I've seen it a couple times. It's basically like a crazy looking moon boot shoe. They're doing a little collaboration on this model. They're basically just adding boost to it, so it's a little bit more comfortable. They're going to be dropping on the 7th of November. They've got this blue colorway, then they've got this black colorway, and then they've got like a low top version. Let me know your thoughts, but let's keep it moving. We just got new looks of the upcoming New Balance 1906M, a very interesting new version of the 1906 silhouette. This is the metallic pink colorway, but I know that we're going to get a bunch of different colorways on this silhouette or this version of the sneaker, and I just really like what they've done with the upper, this kind of like diamond shaped overlays that they've got over here, which looks pretty sick. Goes with the upper very cohesively. Now this one is going to be dropping at some point 2025, but I'm sure we're going to get a bunch of different colorways alongside this one. JD just launched a very interesting new program, very similar to what Nike is doing with the Nike Refurbished thing that they do in their outlets. So JD is opening up this program called Re-JD. This program offers customers the opportunity to purchase open box and reconditioned shoes at a discounted price. So they're going to have 3 different conditioned levels. They've got excellent, they've got great, and good. So you can see here's a little shot of what it looks like, and yeah, there's some significant discounts. You can get a pair of 97s for $105 instead of $175, and it looks like that is the general discount for all of these Air Max models. This is pretty cool. I think maybe more retailers need to do this. It's just a little bit like, you know, Nike is going to be putting out some of like, they have like a certain standard, whereas retailers, it might get a little bit foggy as to like what kind of condition these shoes are going to come back in. But at least you can get stuff from like multiple different brands, not just Nike. So they're doing more brands, like they've got Adidas, they've got New Balance, Jordan, Nike, all of that, and I think it's going to be pretty cool to see if you can pick up some steals. We got some more stock rumors for the upcoming Jordan 3 Black Cement and the Air Jordan 1 Legend Blue. So apparently we're going to get 350,000 pairs of the Black Cement 3s. Now this is going to be dropping on November the 23rd, and then this one we could kind of tell, the Columbia 11s, we know they were going to be super high stock, and they're rumored to have 1 million pairs, just like all of the other holiday 11s that we've seen year over year. So that's not really a big surprise. That is December the 14th, and I think while we're talking about these 2024 drops, let me give you just a quick little rundown of every single Jordan dropping until the end of 2024. So this is what you got left. If you're looking for retro Jordans, this is all that's going to be dropping. The Orchid 4s, or the pink, you know, suede 4s, they're dropping on the 26th. The Black Toe 14s, that is November the 2nd. The Fear 4s on November the 9th. This one I'm going to be picking up. We've got the Bred Velvet 11s dropping on the 11th of November. That's a pass for me. The Air Jordan 3 Black Cement, just said it, November 23rd. And the Columbia 11s on the 14th of December. Let me know which one of these you're going to be picking up, and that is it. You're going to be like calling it a day for 2024. All right, just when we thought we might have seen the end of the Travis Scott Jordan 1, like we know that a couple of the lows have been canceled for 2025. We're like, okay, probably, you know, the brown velvet ones are going to be dropping in December. That's probably it, right? No. no. We've already got rumors of another one in the pipeline, and the only information that we have on this one is that it's just potential rumor and that it should have a red swoosh, which makes things a little bit interesting. We've seen a lot of mock-ups of some kind of red Chicago style colorway on the Jordan 1. Now this seems like it's just going to have a red swoosh, so maybe somewhat similar to the University Red Jumpman Jacks. I mean, it definitely seems like they're just going to continue this. Like after we, heard that there was going to be, this is the final Jordan 1, I think that was with like the golf pair. But then they started leaking and rumoring a bunch of other ones, and since then we've had like the Canaries, we've had the medium olives, we're getting the velvet browns. It seems like they're only ramping things up more and more. So just expect, guys, plenty of more Jordan 1 Travis Scotts in the near future, this year and next year. This story is really interesting and could be the beginning of the end for fake sneakers. So this is a post by Sneaker Legal on Twitter. So this is pretty cool. Lacoste is the first fashion brand to adopt a new AI-powered anti-counterfeit technology. It was developed by French tech company Cyfime, and it's basically an AI tool that has the ability to identify a fraud through visual analysis and boasts a 99.7% level of accuracy. Now, this is interesting because it's a third-party, I guess, software or third-party AI thing that can look for counterfeits. So unlike a lot of these like resale platforms where they are all saying, hey, we use human and AI authentication, it gets a little bit of a gray area because it's like, well, you guys are also incentivized to just, authenticate them. That way you get your fees and the customer gets the shoes, even though we're not entirely sure. So if it's a third-party AI authenticator along with humans also authenticating, and this is done at the brand level, that could be pretty interesting. So if other brands start to adopt this, Nike, Adidas, and whoever else is making like hyped up shoes, especially like a lot of the luxury brands, that could be pretty game-changing. So the AI can use a photo of the product or a specific detail of an item to examine microscopic visual details to differentiate between an authentic and a copy. I would see Nike kind of coming up on something like this. We know that fake shoes of what they're doing has cost them a lot. Replicas have really taken over the market, and it definitely is something that Nike sees. That's why they've been launching all of these freaking lawsuits at a bunch of different like smaller copying brands. I think this is pretty interesting. I don't know how widely adopted it's gonna get, but I think these bigger brands like Nike, Adidas, they're all looking at these fake shoes, at these replicas and how popular they've become. They're probably looking at some way to mitigate that without it costing too much to them, like using NFC chips in their shoes or different stuff like that. We'll have to see where this goes. Let me know your thoughts. Michael Jordan just bought himself a new $70 million jet. Them goddamn Jordan royalties are paying this man good. But I did want to show you this jet because it looks so freaking cool. It is basically just covered in like the Air Jordan 3 like elephant print, which, man, that's probably one of the coolest looking jets for Michael Jordan. Like, I mean, if you had a private jet, you wouldn't have this because you're not Michael Jordan. But if you're Michael Jordan and you want to use the elephant print, I think this looks insane. I think the interior could look a little bit better. Kind of looks pretty standard. I mean, not that I'm like critiquing a freaking private jet, like that's something I know anything about. But bottom line is, I think the outside is definitely better looking. I just thought this is so insane. Little update for the white cement Air Jordan 4 that's going to be dropping next year. So we've got a couple different updates. The first one, the biggest blow, is the fact that they're going to retail for $225. I mean, they know that this one's going to be selling like hotcakes, so they're going to try and make just that little bit of an increase in price. Really will increase their sales like massively. Like that little bit of extra money, when they know that they can get away with it, they're going to take that shot. They're going to be dropping May 17th in a full family size run, and the shape will be improved much closer to the 89 specs. Here's a little mock-up of what they're supposed to look like, but yeah, just expect them to look, maybe not this sale. This is an 89 picture, like of an actual pair of 89s. Yeah, May 17th, 225. Let me know what you think about this price increase. Final story, we got a little hitter to those checks over stripes people, because stripes just jumped over checks. Business of Fashion just wrote an entire article literally bringing stats to the party where they showed basically Adidas just dominating Nike in terms of searches. This is 3 different searches basically all compared together. We got the Jordan 1, the Air Force 1, and in blue over here is the Adidas Samba, just leaping way ahead. To show off a bunch of different graphs, they've got a newness problem, and this graph is basically just showing how like the bulk of what the retail partners of Nike are selling, so places like Foot Locker, Finish Line, Dick's Sporting Goods, showing like how much Jordans, Air Force 1s, and Dunks that they're stocking and releasing instead of like new silhouettes. There's not much diversity in here, which I think speaks towards what like everybody is talking about with the lack of innovation. They also show that the general resale price for some of the most hyped up Nike models and Jordan models like the Air Max, the Nike SB, meaning like Dunks, and the Air Jordan 4, it has been on a decline since 2023, going down pretty drastically towards the end. But the final one shows that the favorite footwear brand of US teens is still Nike, by a pretty decent margin as well. So you teens keeping the checks alive. Either way, I think we keep on talking about the downfall of Nike and how Nike is doing like all of these things, and I think it's very interesting because all of these stats are things that the new CEO of Nike, Elliot, is going to be looking at, and it will decide what he's going to be doing in the next couple months, couple years, because I think they are going to try and turn things around drastically. And I think the simple answer is less retros, more innovation, and that's what we should expect with upcoming future drops. But it is very interesting to see how Adidas has been coming up so much. That is something that I did not expect. But that wraps it up for this week's Sneaky Sunday, guys. Don't forget we do this every single Sunday, so if you subscribe to the channel, I can always keep you in the loop and the latest updates and all of that good stuff. Now, if you also want to check out another video, just click that one right over there.